Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Rylie Vlogs and this is going to be horror stories with Rylie. Thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, I'm excited for this series. I hope that you guys all like it. I really do. This was kind of my idea for a Vlogtober, even though there is no official Vlogtober on my channel. There's not an official Vlogmas either. But I have stuff in the works for both, and this is what I came up with. Trying to hopefully have a weekly vlog every week in October. Hopefully. Come here. Let me rock you. Sorry, you already know I got my son to the side. I gotta rock him. We just finished doing tummy time. But anyway. So I think somebody gonna have a nap. Yeah. Look very sleepy. So yeah, he's had a good morning. This story is going to be my evil brother. The whole concept of the horror stories was, telling you guys things that I normally would keep to myself. I'm not a story time channel, and I never will be. This is just, I was like, okay, I can frame them as horror stories because they kind of are to me. They're not horror stories in terms of like guts, gore, and like hauntings, but they are modern day horror stories, if you will. Cautionary tales and things that I've gone through that I deem to be fit as a horror story. For your entertainment for this unofficial Vlogtober for October. So enjoy. Get a snack, get a drink, and come back when you're ready. Okay. My evil brother, my evil big brother. So I'll start off simply. I am one of 3 kids, and a lot of people tend to think I'm the oldest, but I'm actually the youngest. So yeah, even my boyfriend's mom the other day was like, "Oh, you're the youngest?" I'm like, I'm like, I mean, you thought I was the oldest? She was like, I'm like, yep, nope. Nope, I am the youngest. If you see me tap my nose, it's because it is cold in this apartment. And it's overcast, so I think I'm going to turn on my ring light, plug it in. I mean, I think we're okay with the lighting, but I think I could benefit from it. Does it do anything? Okay. Sorry about my background not being that perfect. Today, I'm vlogging also, so I haven't done my tidy up yet, so yeah. My evil big brother. I'm not gonna say his name. Almost did. But yeah, we all have our names, if that tells you anything. Everybody in my family has our names. It was a family tradition, and I broke it when I had Elijah Butt. But yeah. So yeah, I'm the one of 3 kids. So he's the oldest, and me and him are like 6, 7 years apart. So we can't really relate on anything age-wise. And then my older brother, that's the middle child, they're apart like 1.5 to 2 years, depending upon what month it is. Because one of them was born in the same month as Elijah, May, and the other one's born in September. So, yeah. 2 years, a year, 2 years, 1.5 give or take, apart from one another. So they're like this, like best buddies. And then my mom, she would have her husband, and then I was just always the odd man out. So that's very much how my childhood kind of was. My childhood wasn't bad or anything, so I don't want anybody to like. But that being said, this video will be age restricted because the things I'm going to say are not good. So this is not a video for children, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a reason why this is a horror story. And the things I'm going to say, I'm going to try not to get emotional. The things I'm going to say are embarrassing, and that's the reason why I never told this story before. And a lot of people in my life don't even know. People that see me every day at work and everything, they would have no idea. They would have no idea. They would never even think things like this would go on. And then some of you, sad enough, are gonna relate to me, and for that, if nobody's apologized to you, I'm sorry. So, yeah, growing up, like I said, I was kind of always the odd little duckling out. So, I had to play by myself, and then my middle brother, he would pity me, and he was nicer. He would pity me, and he had ADHD and ADD, and has the adult versions as well, later on in life. But so he was always, nice to like animals, nice to people. Like he's not perfect either, but he's not evil or malicious deliberately. So he'll do fucked up shit to you and not know he did it, basically. It's annoying, but it's not the same thing as the older brother. So yeah. So he would try to play with me. The middle brother, he would play action figures with my Barbies, and they're like the wrestling action figures, so they're like this big, and then my Barbie is like this big, and it's just white Barbie, so she's with her little legs. Anyways, we're just playing with like doll houses and stuff, like my empty ass dream house or whatever. So, and our older brother would come along, and he would say, "Don't play with Rylie. I'll give you pop. I'll give you candy," because they each have their own. My mom got us, and he'd be like, "I'll give you X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, anything." The shit that they would normally fight over with each other, because bear in mind they're boys. And some of it's normal bickering, and a lot of it wasn't. That's not my story to tell. As far as I know, they're still like this. They'll probably always be like this. So, whatever. So yeah. He said, I'll give you anything if you leave her be and make me cry. Like, that's literally what he said, like, make me cry. And it would work, and I would cry. And that seemed to be his daily, and I want to highly emphasize the word daily. That would be his daily goal from as long as I could remember. And probably before that. I do not know when this emotional abuse started. So, once again, trigger warning. There's going to be things that you have to believe, you just have to hear to understand. And it's not good. So anyway, but yeah, little shit like that would go on. And then, it'd be bigger stuff. I don't know when, couldn't tell you how these things escalated because they started from when I was a very, very tender age. So I couldn't tell you, like, where it began, where it ended. I don't know. I have my theories, as an adult now, but we'll get into that later. So, I distinctly remember when I was 6 years old, around, I think 6, we were on a family vacation, and he ended up telling me, this might not go in chronological order because it's just as I think of it, because I don't typically think of this stuff, but yeah, I mean, it comes back to me, and I'll tell my boyfriend like stories or repeat them, or it's just me trying to work the stuff out. But anyways, I don't think you can ever really work out some stuff, but not completely. But we were at the kitchen table in this cabin that my mom had rented, and our then stepdad was outside, I think smoking a cigarette and starting a fire with the logs and stuff. I'm pretty sure he was smoking a cigarette, because it was like really early. Mind you, it's before 10 a.m. Gotta be, easily. And so I'm sitting there eating cereal or whatever the fuck I'm eating, eggs, whatever. And he ended up coming out and getting on my nerves, starting to bicker with me. Nobody else is around. I think our middle brother's still asleep, and our stepdad's outside but has the screen door open. And then my mom is still in her bedroom. So, or whatever the fuck. But yeah, he's starting to bicker with me. I don't remember how it began, how it ended, but I just remember distinctly him being like, me telling him to shut up. Common thing a 6-year-old would say. me telling him to shut up, and his response to his 6-year-old little sister, his only little sister, was to tell me, "You're a waste of sperm and egg." A 6-year-old doesn't even know what the fuck a sperm and an egg is, but I did. So yeah, and then when I was 5 years old, I had, kids do dumbass shit, and I'm no exception. In fact, I'm probably the opposite of an exception. So I had a dumbass idea to be like, oh hey, let me blank his name. Let me hold your hand and close my eyes, and I'm gonna try to make it back to the campsite because we camped a lot when we were kids. So this is a different time that we camped. A year later, we went in the cabin, and this time we were at we had just tents, regular tents. I think we only got cabin twice in my life, but yeah, yeah. So it wasn't until we were older, but our campsite was in the distance. You know how you can see because there's just trees and tents. So it was in the distance, so I could see like my mom and like my stepdad and stuff, and our brother. So I asked my oldest brother, "Hey, can I hold your hand while I close my eyes and try to make it to the campsite?" With basically him guiding me. And so he goes, "Sure." And so I close my eyes. Oh, my son's asleep. He looks so cute. So I close my eyes, and next thing I know, I hear a loud like noise, a thud, like a weird thud, and all I remember is seeing trees pass by, looking up and seeing the sky and trees going by really, really fast, and sitting on my mom's lap in the car, illegal as hell, sitting on my mom's lap in the car, and her having a towel on my forehead. And I was like, "I don't feel any pain, Mom." And she's like, "Good." So what had happened was he let go of my hand almost immediately because there was an empty campsite to the left of us. And you know how when you ash your fire after you leave, you want to burn out the rest of your wood. So a lot of people will burn out because firewood, if you buy it, is expensive. And then so typically, or you're running a fire that morning when you eat and you're getting ready to go. So typically fires are not completely out when people leave. They're supposed to be, but like there might be some trace embers underneath. So that's what happened, was that he let me fall into a pit of lit ash. And that is why I have this scar on my forehead. Potter. Yeah. So that is how I have that scar on my forehead, and it has never gone away in my entire life, and it probably never will. And I had to get stitches. I don't know how many, don't ask me. And I never asked that to my mom. Never thought about it till now, actually. I didn't really want to know. So yeah, that happened. Because he thought it was funny if he let go of my hand and watched me walk into the pit of that. He never called my name. He never tried to stop me. After I was born, my mom ended up telling me, when I was over the age of 18, that after I was born, that my oldest brother, she ended up telling me that my older brother told her, please don't have any more babies. Like, what? What? But yeah, I mean, I guess she listened, because he was always her favorite or whatever. So yeah, what else could I tell you guys? I mean, it's a whole lot, but like I said, it's not gonna be in order. So sorry, I got off work. Yeah, I'm tired, but it's not gonna be in order. It's a whole lot of things he used to say to me around those age frames all the way until I was over the age of 18. He used to tell me as a very small child, and then on, and then on, and then on, and we're talking on a, so crooked, we're talking on a daily basis. We mean day in, day out. It never stopped. Never. I want you to really understand that, because it was like a sentence being alive with him. So he would tell me, ooh. So see, so we all have different fathers. I don't have any full-blooded siblings. I never have had any. That's something that I resent. I don't like that. I don't think that's the way it should be. Personally speaking, if it hurts your feelings, it hurt my fucking feelings. Okay, so and it's led to a lot of trauma. So I don't really vibe with that. The half sibling thing. I'm not giving birth to children by different men. It's just not gonna happen because I don't want there to be any notable difference. Your kids know and notice the difference when they become a certain age. And everybody shouldn't be as extreme as my brother, but I don't like the odds of it. I just don't. So yeah, kids should feel like siblings because they're siblings, but we know, come on now, we're all grown. We know that's not always the case. So especially parents and everything that they do, or what they can't help or what they can. So anyway, yeah, he used to tell me from a sensitive age, nigger girl, go find your daddy. Nigger girl, go find your daddy. Your mom doesn't love you. We want to sell you back to Africa because you're so dark, even though him and I would favor each other. Um, and if you're wondering if my mother ever stopped him, she didn't. I couldn't imagine. I'm a mom now. I couldn't imagine letting my kids talk like that to each other. I was naive. So as a child, I always felt like maybe she just didn't know. But that doesn't make any sense. Of course she knew. But she compromised my mental health and well-being for the fact that he would do some dishes. There's no chores my child could do to treat my other child like shit day in and day out and say hurtful things over and over again. And if I had an attitude, it's like I was the devil or a demon, but how am I supposed to feel happy when I really believed him that my mom didn't like me, didn't want to give me away, all the stuff, that he was saying. And I mean, shit, it might as well have been true because you didn't stop him. She even defended it after I was of age, and brought it up because he turned on her. Um, my brother finally turned on her later in life. So, my brother turned on my mom by like calling her like a whore, a drug addict when she only smoked weed. I realized I didn't really state that, but that's the stuff I meant to say. Where should we go to? Puberty. We're just gonna paraphrase and keep going because it's too much shit to, you know. So, puberty. I went through puberty at age 12. It really just knocked into me. I used to be very, very, very small, petite as a child, like very small. Like schools would always call my mom claiming she wasn't feeding me, which of course I was eating. I was eating well. I just was a very picky eater as a child, and then I've had a extremely I don't know if it was a high metabolism, but I will tell you, I was always on my bike, like always, like treading the tracks on that. So I was just extremely active as a child. So, you know, I was just small. So I guess we just all thought I was always gonna be petite, but it didn't end up happening. Spoiler alert, as we can all tell. But anyways, if you watch my channel, then you'll know. Um, but yeah, spoiler alert. Ended up thick. So yeah. Um, and when that happened, it almost seemed like it happened overnight, boobs and everything else, and not being able to fit in my clothing. And it was highly uncomfortable because my mom would hide me in like enormous shirts, like triple XL, 3XLs, and I would feel like I was so fat or something. because she forced me to wear all these big ass shirts that were way too fucking big for me. Yeah. And at the same time that was happening, my brother, he would say inappropriate shit to me, like, your boobs just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm in the kitchen and I'm just getting myself some ice cream. And he just comes from the basement where the fuck he is, because it's closer to hell, I guess. And he would just be like, oh, your boobs just keep getting bigger and bigger. And then every single time he would fucking annoy me, it would be, oh, you must be on your period. What's wrong with you? You're on your period. And he would say it every day for a fucking month, because this shit is what? Daily. He would be like, oh, you're on your period. You must be on your period. Till he drove me nuts, saying I must be on my period. I can't bleed every day for a month. It's physically impossible unless I'm spotting, which I had a regulated 7-day cycle my whole life. So, yeah, no, that's not. So, therefore, impossible. Yeah. And, yeah. I got so fed up one day that I was 15 and I was in the hallway and I went from the bathroom to my bedroom, so I had to pass my mom's room, and my brother was in her doorway, and he said something to me. I don't remember, y'all. He said something to me and I was like, said whatever back, and then he gonna say, you must be on your period. And I had just reached the doorway to my room and I was in there and I was just stewing. I was just so freaking tired of him saying that. I was like, I don't know, to myself. I'm like, I don't know, but I need to shut him up. That's all I knew. I just needed to shut him up. So I was like, what can I do? I had to be extreme. It was an extreme situation, so I had to be extreme. And in that event, and so yeah, I got on his level, unfortunately, and I decided to go back out into the hallway. And I had panties on. I had like sweats or shorts or something, or maybe leggings. Might have been leggings, but irregardless, I went out there and I literally, I walked up to him, said nothing, stood in front of him, and he looked like kind of confused, my mom and him, and I yanked my pants down. I said, I'm not on my fucking period, look. He was like, oh my God. And my mom was like, Rylie. I was like, I pulled my shit back up and went to my room. I said, so stop fucking saying that shit. And went back to my room. And he didn't say it no more. That was one of the few times in life I got him to stop saying something. That time. That was that one victory for me. Was I got him to quit saying that shit. But that was the only way I did. He wouldn't stop unless I did that. Like, ooh, thankfully it works. If that didn't work, bruh. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what I would have did, for real. I don't know. So, flash forward to me being 18, and a lot of stuff will be left out, but yeah, a lot of stuff I'm telling you, I'm really letting you in. I'm really letting you in. So, when I was 18, 18, cusp of 19, maybe 19, I don't know. For whatever reason, my mom kept fucking letting these two moron, imbeciles, lazy ass motherfuckers keep moving in with us. Like, the definition of insanity, like Einstein says. She's just insane. Keep moving them in and expecting a different fucking result. It wasn't. It was just me and her being their bitch. Like, cleaning up after them getting to act like teenagers prolonged, everybody stealing my youth from me. My mom, my brothers, like, I didn't never get to act my fucking age because they were too busy trying to suck on mommy's teeth, and I would just had the misfortune of living with her because I was the youngest. Yeah. That's all gonna be more touched on. You seen what the last video title was. That one, oof. That one, I don't know. It's been a long time in the making. So make sure that you please thumbs up these videos. Yeah. Subscribe. Comment if you have any crazy sibling horror stories. Yeah. And take a shot for me. Oh. Because shit. Yeah, so she let them move back in with us. I don't know why. And we got into it when, oh, the reason we got into it, I forgot. When I was 16, he had pissed me off because he would always tell me, like, I can do whatever I want to you. I can do whatever I want to you, and no one's gonna ever stop me. No one's gonna ever stop me. I can do whatever I want to you. I'm never gonna leave. I'm never gonna leave, Rylie. You're always gonna have to deal with me. I'm never gonna leave, and I can do whatever I want to you. Um, he would tell me that all the time, all the time. So he enjoyed me being stuck with him because I was the youngest and him fucking with me. So he enjoyed it. He used to make faces behind my mom's back, like dumb. It looks so stupid, but and it would really piss me off. And it'd be like stupid ass, dumb ass faces behind my mom's back to make me more angry. On family vacations, he would like dominate the car and make it where I couldn't. He would make it where I literally couldn't speak. I just had to sit there and be quiet while he dominated the conversation. If we were out to eat, if we were on vacation, it didn't matter. It was his time. All the time. His show, and we're all just his world, and we're all just fucking living in it. Period. Point blank. Period. If I had the audacity to speak, oh, I'm gonna pay for that shit in fucking tears. Believe that. Believe that. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's shut the fuck up, bitch. Yep. So he had me well trained. Well broken in. Yeah. And what was I gonna say? But yeah, so when I was 16, he said that to me, like, I can do whatever I want to you. And I just remember looking at the side of his face because I was standing on the couch and my mom was on the couch with him. And I just remember seeing like the side of his face, all of a sudden hearing a loud, I can't make the noise because my son, but I'm hearing a loud like black. And side of his face was like red, and I was like, and I had blacked out and fucking slapped the shit out of him. And I had never hit him before. I had never hit him before. Never. And he would get all up on you, like this close to you. Like all up on you. All up on you. He did that to everybody. Like, so it was just very, and, so, you know, I slapped shit out of him. My mom was like, go to your room. And I ran to my room. And she would not let him hit me back. So, he never got to or whatever. So I guess he was always trying to instigate, like, oh, hit me, go ahead, hit me, go ahead, hit me, go ahead, hit me, bet you won't hit me, go ahead, hit me, go ahead, hit me. So he could fuck me up because he was over 6 feet tall and wide. My brothers are huge, both of them. Huge. So he wanted me to hit him so he could hurt me like a man. Yeah. And it be legal. If he ever had the choice to, he would kill me with his bare hands and not even think twice about it. It's a wonder I wasn't dead. So, how can you say that? How do you know? I know. I know. And this is who I was living with, day in and day out, and what I would deal with. So, after that, when I was 18, cusp of 19, we got into it in my mom's house, and so he's like, hit me, so I fucking slapped him, and he literally grabbed the back of my head, and flung me across the fucking room. Easily, probably cleared 5 feet. And he said, welcome to being 18, bitch, and spat on the floor. Because he had been waiting for years to hurt me. So, yeah. He started a fight with me so he could throw me. My other brother was there, and my mom, and nobody did any fucking thing. So, yeah. Me now, I'd have pressed charges on him. Period. I feel like he should have been in Scared Straight. If that were my son, he would have been. He would have been kicked out. It would have been Scared Straight or kicked out. I'm not raising monsters. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, so. Ooh. He used to tell me when after I had gone through puberty, you're just going to be in a room full of men and they're just all going to have their dicks in you. You're a whore. You're going to have kids first out of all of us, and be all used up and washed up. I didn't have a relationship or date a man or anything until I was 19. My brothers dated younger than me. I had a job, the youngest. They both had fucked up credit in their very early 20s, and my mother had to put her house in my name at 19 until I was 24 and finally got away from her. I have a child, but there's nothing wrong with having a child or having a family. I chose to do this. I don't have, yeah. There was this program on PlayStation 2. I wish I could remember what it was called. It had like, I think, an eye symbol, but you could make your own little like home movies, and it had like little like effects. They were crunchy as fuck, but it had like effects that could go across the screen. Like, I wish I remember what it was, but I was trying to tell my boyfriend about it, but I don't know. But it was for PlayStation 2. So it's taking me way back. And I don't remember what age I was, 8 or 9. But we started making them when I was like younger than that. But around when I was 8 or 9, he made a home movie, and we never showed my mom it. I don't know if Mom, if you ever see this, you never knew about this, but yeah, that this happened. Oh my God. So we made a home movie. I think my middle brother, it was all my older brother's idea. There was no script written out, but there never was, but there was no script written out, I think my middle brother was supposed to be not my brother, but be like a vampire or something, and I was supposed to be like my age still, so still a kid. So this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. So he had my middle brother who did it. Their ages I couldn't really tell you at this time. But he had my middle brother like walk up to me on camera, and it would be like this tiny little camera for the thing. He had him walk up to me and like ask me like what's going on or whatever, something's supposed to have happened or whatever. That was like his line, and I don't remember what mine was. And he told my older brother told my middle brother to pull his penis out in front of me and just like drape it over his shorts when he ran up. So he would run up like that, and we did that for a few times, like easily probably 3 times. My mom never seen that video. I'm pretty sure he knew my mom would never see that video. Why did we do that? Me, I was young, so I just think I was just happy that they were like playing with me or something, you know? Did anything happen in terms of like me being like harmed in that way? No. No. But it's still inappropriate nonetheless. So yeah. Who makes their other sibling expose themselves to their younger sister? Fucking weird. Yeah, so I haven't seen him in years. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video. I haven't seen him in years, and I don't ever want to see him again. I don't ever want to see him again. If I had the choice of saying something at the end of this video in terms of if he ever seen it, I'd rather never say anything. Never. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Horror Stories with Rylie. Today's horror story was my evil brother. In a way, it feels good to be telling the story finally, like, you know? But in another way, it's like, it's just so fucking weird. But yeah.